Hey guys, Sugar Key, and I'm back on another video, and today we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. So coming off of Saturday night's main event, every champion retained. We saw Jacob Fatu be unleashed, and that right there has really piqued my interest, because now how is Solo going to handle that? Who knows? But to open up, we had Seth Rollins, which Seth Rollins being able to be like, hey, that was the most embarrassing night of my life when I lost to Punk, but also take that as an opportunity to come back even better and stronger, really did something for me, and I'm rooting for him in this whole scheme of things. And Gunther came out because Seth was like, I could go back for my title, because Seth Rollins made that title, but also it is easy to say that he made that title considering the fact, but seeing Seth Rollins versus Gunther would be very interesting, because both of those men are some talented people. Talented, and they're really great wrestlers. Like pure wrestling, they're great at that. So seeing those two, that really was like, it shifted my who I want to win the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. Throughout this whole episode, whenever they talk to a champion, I really think that they're trying to have us believe in the unpredictability of the Rumble, the unpredictability of WrestleMania once again, and I'm happy for that. I just hope they do the same thing for the women as well. But there is something in me that does not know if either one of these men who talked to the champion about winning the Rumble is going to win the Rumble. Like, I don't know. I got a sneaking suspicion. But the whole crowd was there for Seth Rollins versus Gunther. And I also think that Gunther versus Seth Rollins would also mean a lot to Gunther's reign, considering the fact that there's a lot of people that think certain things about his reign currently. And I honestly think that he has not had enough time, because he had an opportunity to make it even better than his Intercontinental run, but it just kind of fell short. Maybe it's because timing is everything. I think it's more so timing and them having room for it. Jay gave him a heck of a match, and honestly, I don't know why this happens, because I don't know if they just forget, but Gunther always gives Jay his props after every match. Like, he realizes Jay's formidable in the ring, but when they come back, he disses him again. Like, maybe just Gunther hating. But things was going all good, and then Logan Paul wouldn't come out. Bro, be for real. And one thing about it is, the crowd gave him some Dominic Mysterio type of hate, but there is a thin line between it being actually heat and them just not liking you in this sport. And I just think they just don't like him in the sport. Because to be real, I am very conflicted, because he is talented. He is talented in that ring, but the problem for me is he says a lot of stuff outside of wrestling that is real life, probably his opinions that are damaging, that I just don't rock with. I don't rock with it. But I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. I don't want to see Logan Paul versus Gunther. I don't want to see it just because, like, don't have him near a title. Have him work himself up into in a mid-card. Like, work yourself up, because honestly, y'all be mad at me when I say this. Y'all be mad at me. And that whole U.S. Championship run is not him working in the mid-card, because he was barely there. He didn't have any defenses. But also, it's just so many more talented people. Like, you doing certain things, the things that Logan Paul does just shows the fact that he's just not on the road all the time. Some of the things he does, you could tell, like, he's on the road all the time, so he's able to do certain moves that other superstars aren't able to do. But given a time and opportunity, I'm sure they could do it. Now, that hate ain't the same as everything else. Like, I hope he, gets paid up real quick in that Rumble. Like, don't be in the Final Four. Please, don't be in the Final Four. Don't be in the Final 5. Honestly, the Final 10 is stretching it. It is. But hey, You might come out late, though, because I know you got to get that ring rust off. But the War Raiders versus Judgment Day, a.k.a. JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. This match was a good match, but I'm going to tell you this. I feared for JD because he hit his head, he hit his whole neck and everything on that announce desk, and he ended up having punctured lung and some broken ribs. That right there, he's a worker. Like, I'm here for the JD bobblehead jokes and everything, but I'm gonna give him his props because in that match, he continued to fight on and was like a soldier about it all. He took some rough things after the fact he hit himself and everything. He took some rough things, so I give him my props. They were really close to actually taking it. Like, I was really scared because I don't need those titles in the clutches of the Judgment Day again. I don't need no Hash's titles again because they won 100-something days without defending that title. Like, I did not forget. I didn't forget. The War Raiders have done their thing, and honestly, I applaud them because they're good. They're good. And the fact that they are almost like KO, although KO is a little bit more. He be doing a little bit more stuff in there. The moves they do make, and just how I think that given the storyline with them actually to make the crowd like know them really well, they can get even more of a reaction from the crowd than they do now. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, they popped up in front of Pete Dunne and Louis Kaiser. Why is it that Louis Kaiser and Pete Dunne not feeling him? You know what? Pete Dunne, fine. He not feeling him, that's cool. But Kaiser, Imperium was 3 members. On this roster, Imperium was 3 members. You over here put your friend out for a few weeks, sent him to SmackDown. He ain't even on TV no more. And you talking about the New Day? And what the New Day did? They didn't even put their hands on E. They just stood in their truth. They decided that they thought that he wasn't feeling them. And honestly, if I'm gonna be real, getting near the ring was not a part of Big E's. He wasn't thinking about y'all. He wasn't thinking about y'all. He was not thinking about the New Day. I'm gonna play like if I was in their shoes, I would feel the same way. He was not thinking about them at all. Don't be mad at me, guys. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. Big E was not there for them, so I ain't gonna. And Xavier Woods had the match between Rey Mysterio, which Xavier was in his bag. I love the fact that they allowed Xavier to kind of although this is not how you feel in general. You see the moves that Xavier does. He's a bit more. He one-ups Kofi a bit in the ring right now. He's one-upping him in a way where he puts more damage out, and he's more ruthless and everything than Kofi Kingston is. And I think this is a way for them to highlight Xavier's potential, highlight what Xavier can do in the ring. And I appreciate that because he's the only one who doesn't have any singles accolades other than King of the Ring. So for them, they're kind of using this as a point where Xavier's being showcased. So I love it. I also think that this was another win that the New Day could have had over Rey Mysterio. I'm being real. Like, he didn't necessarily need to lose, but I honestly, the way that they did it was fine because it was a distraction. Xavier Woods' family turned on them. Xavier Woods' family turned on him, had the New Day sucks shirt. Even Lil Yachty was there, part of the family. I'm like, bro, I thought that was his brother. That's Lil Yachty. But that right there, the funny thing about it is they're making a chance. Like, the heat they're getting is actual heat, and I love it. Like, the crowd is giving them a loud reaction. That's all you really want. So I'm happy for them because they're able to do a different level. They're able to be on a different level than what they were on, and they're still actually going strong 10 years as a group. Even though they sliced it a little bit, they're still going strong as a group. So I'm here for it. Now, the night just got a little bit bad. Naomi and Bianca versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Those matching gears always gonna hit. Bianca and Naomi, the chemistry they have is amazing. The matching gears hits. the way they haven't had Naomi really active in the past 2 matches they've had. I've peeped it. I peeped the game. And it could honestly be just because of the fact that Naomi is really going to be working very hard this past week. She's going to be on all the televised shows and actually working. She's not going to be just a valet. So I feel it and I understand it. It's just me. I want to see Naomi more in the ring. The only part about it is they need to get more practice with how they're going to the timing of their moves. But I did enjoy the match, but I think no shade to her at all. But I think they need to have Raquel wrestle a bit more instead of having her just be a valet. So when it's time for them to possibly give them these titles, which they're probably going to do, they're able to really flow with anybody that's a tag. Because I could tell there was little moments there. I could tell. But it was a good match nonetheless. What got me is the fact that Dominic Mysterio wanted to come out. I thought we were done with this. I honestly, I thought we were done with this. I did. And I'm the fool. I am the fool because I thought we were. I don't want to say that again. Like, we were really close for the women to win, and then here we have Dominic Mysterio come out. Like, if we're gonna do this, chop, we need to get the Usos. Like, call Jay. You should call Sammy. Call somebody, so we don't need to see this again. We don't need to see that. Like, for real. Bianca did her thing and kind of get him out the way, but the distraction was already there. And Liv and Raquel got the dub. So that means they're going to be challenging them after the Meta-4 girls. And if they're still champion, which they're probably going to be still champion, we're going to see them. Like, Dominic Mysterio is really being a pain in my butt. He needs to go find some business of his own, because that'll suit him very well. Finding business. Now, backstage segment they had was Sammy and CM Punk, which very intriguing to me. Sammy is taking a different role because, you know how Sammy was a good guy, fun with everybody, cool, everybody cool with him. But after that kick to Seth Rollins last week, you see something different. He literally can't, because CM Punk says Sami Zayn's not on my level. Facts! 100% facts. But Sammy was like, you know what, you said I'm not on your level? You're right. I had a main event at WrestleMania, you did. They keep putting that in his face. They keep putting it in his face like that really matters. You've never had a world championship. Ever. Never got close to it. Ever. So wrap it up. But CM Punk was a very nice guy. But you have Karrion Kross here. And whenever Karrion Kross gets in the way, you know. Karrion Kross gives you like the kiss of death. You know that either your faction is going to break up or you're going to turn. And I see Sami Zayn turning soon. Especially with what happened at the main event. I see him turning soon. Probably not on purpose, but on accident. You know what I'm saying? Probably just association, maybe. Because people are not feeling him allegedly because of the bloodline stuff. But, because I do understand it. Like what Seth Rollins said. You understand why Jay and Jimmy does it. But, because they're, like, blood related. Grew up with them. Grew up with Roman. But with Sammy, it's like, your bloodline, but the roots don't run that deep with you. So I get it. But we had some real business. Jey Uso again declared for the Royal Rumble, hyped the crowd up, and said, you know what, I'm gonna take that L and I'm gonna become stronger for it. And then we had Paul Heyman came out. So me, when I heard that January 27th come out Roman Reigns' mouth, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to be at Raw on January 7th. I didn't know. That's what I thought. Which, I'm still a fan. He redeemed himself with that video. But we saw that Roman Reigns is the cover for 2K25. And he has a cover with the Bloodline. Everyone from the Bloodline faction on the cover. On the second cover, there is a Bloodline edition. Roman Reigns literally is one of them guys. He is literally in the conversation for GOATs because they have a whole game wrapped up around the story that he decided to do that really elevated not only his career but everyone around him, to make it as if he's the sun and WWE orbits around him. So all props to him, because whenever you get into something, you always probably gonna think that like this opportunity is for me. Some people are always going to think that this opportunity is for me, and although I might help my family, there's only a certain thing I can do. There's only a little bit I can do. But Roman, instead of allowing things to get in his head, instead of allowing whatever it was the status quo of how far you can do for your family, he did as much as he could, literally, and put his whole self, everything, his whole career, embedded in his family. And it proved to be a very good investment, because he knew what his family could do. So I respect him so much for the way that he put his family onto a different level, because they all put in the work for it. Every one of them in their different paths of life, they've put the work in for it. You can say whatever you want, but they're history makers. They're literally history makers. Literally a needle mover. This is why he's in the conversation for the GOAT. And if he just is the GOAT, like, there's not too many covers there. Like, I didn't like the fact that he wasn't there, but the crowd, like, it was like as if it didn't matter he was there, because like he's still him in a respectful way. Like, they didn't even boo it. Instead, when Drew came out and said whatever he said that he's the reason for the bloodline story. Fine. Because he helped Paul Heyman get away from Brock Lesnar. Cool, yeah, sure. Domino effect. They said we don't even care. They said we don't care. Which is true. Like, Drew McIntyre really needs to let go of this until before the Rumble. Because I can see things. Roman might just be the one who eliminates him instead of vice versa. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn went how everybody expected it to. Drew McIntyre got the dub over him, as he always does. Now, what got to me is, Drew McIntyre didn't need to do what he did. He beat on him after the bell ring. So Cody Rhodes comes out to help his bro. Fine. They had to put him on the show. He's from Atlanta. Rightfully so. KO comes out to help Drew beat Cody Rhodes up too. Sami Zayn, the Karrion Kross kiss of death, comes out and kicks Cody Rhodes, Haluva kicks him like he did Seth Rollins. And Kevin Owens is there like, that's my bro. Like, I honestly, if Sami Zayn was there, is gonna be there near the Royal Rumble, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if he helped Kevin Owens win. But after that, he gives his props to, like, he says, like, this being a champion, Cody Rhodes says being a champion is more than a title. And he shows it throughout his work ethic, everything. And CM Punk comes out because Cody Rhodes is a different version of Cody Rhodes right now. I feel as though the weight of having a title is actually upon him. And it's turning things differently because he's never been on the top. He's never been the one where they're all gunning for you. And CM Punk basically said, hey, you ain't got no friends here. But I'm your friend because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to stab you in your back and I'm going to get that title from you in the main event of WrestleMania because I'm going to win the Rumble. But when it comes to Cody Rhodes, instead of taking the good boy route, the Boy Scout route of it all, he says, you're chasing me, I'm not chasing you. And has a different demeanor than he usually has. He has a demeanor that's like close to being borderline dashing Cody Rhodes, like borderline smoking mirrors Cody Rhodes, which something that I'm interested in seeing. I'm interested in seeing how the title is so heavy that it turns you into a different type of person. It turns you into a person where you have to decide whether or not you're going to be friends or you're going to be the guy. So it really makes you wonder how the direction is going to be for WrestleMania. I love the unexpectedness of it all. What I don't love is the fact where I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I like having a good idea, like, what are you going to do with John Cena? What are you going to do with Roman? What you gonna do with Naomi? What you gonna do with Bianca? I want to know what's gonna happen to what my faves are gonna be doing. So I just hope we have some sort of idea come after Saturday. We're gonna have some sort of idea. Who knows? We're gonna fight you, but not at a WrestleMania moment. You know, who knows? But y'all let me know how you feel about Raw, y'all. Tell me your ideas about what y'all think gonna happen. Who y'all think is gonna be in the main event, seriously. And also, how y'all feel about that 2K cover. Both of them. But thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye!